Well, despite the Los Angeles Lakers 109-104 loss at home to the Dallas Mavericks, their 10th defeat in 13 games, LeBron is not giving up. Following the game, he had this to say. He said, "We still have games to play. Until you stomp me out, cut my head off, bury me 12 feet under, then I got a chance." So that's my confidence. That is from the desk of King James. He is not giving up his throne easily, despite the Lakers continuing to fall backwards in the play-in tournament situation. You know, they might not even make the play-in tournament, let alone if you think my Lakers are going to win 2 straight games against like the Pelicans or like the Blazers, you know, any of those teams 7 through 10. What if the Nuggets fall back? I mean, the Lakers are not winning 2 straight games to get in the playoffs. I don't care if AD is there or not. Even if Anthony Davis is there, you think I'm relying on him? As inconsistent and unreliable he's been the last couple years, you out your mind. He'll get injured in the play-in game. Like, you're not relying on him. Like, you out of your mind. So, no, I don't share LeBron James' sentiments. Thank goodness he's out there and I'm not. Hopefully the Lakers are able to get to. I would love to see my Lakers get into the playoffs and finally find their way, but I just don't think that's happening this year. And it's starting to confuse me, right? Like, does LeBron James not know how bad this Lakers team is? I'm a little confused now. And bear with me here. The Lakers are awful, and anybody that watches the game sees how bad the Lakers are. Like, we are talking about middle school bad on rotations. We are talking about guys like LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, right? They do both skate on defense. They've done this their whole careers. LeBron was in his prime, like in around Miami, was a great defender. Like, he took Derrick Rose out of series. Let me be clear about that. His feet movement, all that great stuff, his strength. But what comes with that is LeBron James will hang around the post. That's how you get to around 7-8 rebounds a game for your career. You know where the ball's going to be. Russell Westbrook the same way, a great all-time level rebounder. They both, if you watch the Lakers game, it's both of them about the same amount. On a lot of plays, instead of guarding three-point shooters, and I'm not talking about like guys that can kind of shoot. Like, I'm watching the Mavs play last night. They're leaving guys like Reggie Bullock, who was like the leader in three-point percentage last year, open. Maxi Cleaver, like guys that don't miss from the quarter. They're leaving guys like that open on any given night. They're even leaving guys that are shooters open, right? And that comes down to either you're tired, you're just trying to get rebounds, or you're not going through your scouting report. Also, keep in mind the Lakers don't practice. So some of those things get kind of, wiped out and figured out in practice. The Lakers don't do that. I want to talk about Frank Vogel in a different video, but just for this video's sake, a report came out that Rob Pelinka wanted to get Buddy Hield from the Kings. They had a deal done for Kuzma and Harrell, right? I believe was pretty much the premise of the deal. Russell Westbrook was insisted upon by LeBron James. He was like, no, go get me Brody. Now, I know what LeBron was thinking in theory. It's like, yo, I know Anthony Davis ain't reliable. Go get me a guy like Westbrook that can squeeze us out some minutes during the regular season. Me and Brody can win games against the Dallas Mavericks, the Portland Trailblazers, the New Orleans Pelicans. But that ain't been the case. LeBron and Brody are not enough. And I think LeBron has realized that this Brody thing is a little more that he could chew. But has he? But has he? Like, seriously, I'm asking you a question. Like, has he realized this Russell Westbrook thing is a little more than he could chew? Because if I'm LeBron James, it's kind of like, at least Brody's there. Like, maybe me and Brody haven't been a seamless fit on the court, but, he's like on the court. Anthony Davis is in street clothes. They call him street clothes AD now. So the point I'm trying to make with this video is I'm just trying to get in the mind of one of the greatest minds the game has ever seen. Because some of the things don't make sense to me from what I'm hearing LeBron say and what people are reporting behind the scenes. Like, yo, going after Russell Westbrook when Buddy Hield was available, Buddy fits so well off AD and LeBron James. And I'll even throw in like a Dwight Howard. You would think in theory that Buddy would fit in so well with a lineup like that. You could literally go Bron, Monk, and Buddy as your 1, 2, 3. Figure it out on defense. Maybe you wouldn't have been one of the best Frank Vogel teams on defense. But then AD, Dwight, because I just think the shooting is so great on the perimeter with Buddy and Monk. They can make any shot on the court. And the way LeBron shoots it nowadays, like that would be so great. You could go big boy lineup and then have Dwight and AD down low, which allows AD to kind of, rest his body a little bit, not play center. That lineup works to me. That's a championship lineup to me, at least. Even if they're bad defensively, that's a championship lineup to me. But LeBron didn't want that, apparently. He wanted Russ. He wanted the star power. He wanted the celebrity. He wanted his friend. I'm starting to question the mind that is LeBron James. Like, that don't even feel fair. That doesn't even feel like something I should be able to do. I don't even feel like I have the qualifications to question the mind of a LeBron James. But that's where I'm at. I'm just being vulnerable and honest with y'all. I'm watching him say, no, don't count me out. Does he not realize how bad this team is? Like I said, we're not talking about a team that if they get healthy, they're making it to the Western Conference Finals. They might not win a game if they got to the play. That's where we're at. There's a better chance the Lakers get swept than it is they beat the Phoenix Suns, the Golden State Warriors, and the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round of the playoffs, which is 1, 2, 3 out west. There's a better chance they get swept than win that series. That's what I'm looking at. Maybe y'all see it differently. I'm just, LeBron's like, until you bury me. I get him trying to be optimistic. I respect it, but it ain't the reality. And I guess the question is, what is he supposed to go up there and say? I don't know. That just feels a little tone deaf to me, though, to say, like, until you bury me under, I feel like we got a chance. No, you don't. You don't have a chance this year. This is over. This team is awful.